I'm with Simon Ferguson of Travelport. We're at the Kappa conference here in County Wicklow. Travelport has used this conference to initiate quite a few major announcements over recent years, and you've a new one this year, 2017, Simon.
Yes, we have. We're announcing today a very exciting analytics product called Travelport Business Intelligence. This takes all of the data that's in the Travelport platform and allows our agency customers, whether they be corporate or leisure customers, to be able to interrogate this data in a really smart way to show how efficient they are, what routes they're searching and booking for their customers, and what airlines they're performing well on. So a great suite of data for our agency.
This is data from their own agency. It's just a matter of putting it all together, which necessarily they would not have the time to do.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, as booking patterns grow and expand, the sheer amount of data going through our platform and even into an individual agency's platform is enormous. You're absolutely right. Agents don't have the time to bring a developer in to create a reporting suite for them to show them what that data means. We've done that for them.
You are allowing the agents also to compare their own performance with national averages.
Yes, they'll be able to, through a tool which we have called Travelport Competitive Intelligence, to be able to look at, for example, what their bookings are on a particular airline versus the other bookings in Ireland, for example. They'll also be able to look at which origins and destinations they're booking out of Ireland and how those again compare to the general competitive market.
And this is crucial in meeting supplier targets.
It is, absolutely. It's crucial in meeting supplier targets. It's also crucial for them to see where they're being competitive against the other agents in the market. So they might want to do a marketing campaign for a particular destination because they can see that either they're doing particularly well on that destination and they want to defend it, or conversely, they may be underperforming and they may want to adjust accordingly.
And Sinead O'Reilly, how should the Irish agent react to this?
So I suppose what the Irish travel agency community need to start asking themselves is what are they doing with their data? Do they understand what their travellers are doing, what their travellers want? Do they understand the trends? Are they sure about what their consultants are doing and how often they are using the data that they have at their fingertips? So it's really just to make sure that they're aware of what's going on within their own business and to use the data that is theirs.
Paul Broughton, you're a veteran of working in a travel agency yourself. What should agents do with this data now they've access to it?
Well, I think the beauty of the data suite is you can get it into three different models. Module 1 effectively is data that they can use to manage their operational business and make decisions about how they can effectively change their processes or make their people work in a more efficient way. The second part of the data is enabling them to look at the data on behalf of their customers and provide their customers, their corporate customers and travel managers, with intellectual data about how travel programs are being managed, really to demonstrate the value of that travel company to their end customer. And the third module is effectively their ability to sell that onto their travel management customer effectively as their own management information suite that the customer can then get insight into their own travel program. So it's got three unique different modules, and an agency can choose to buy one or all three of those different modules. So
and it will always be a trump card when you're talking to suppliers.
Well, yes, absolutely. So when it comes to looking at the module that includes supplier travel management data, it enables that travel agency to have the data about their different profile with the transactions that they make with that particular supplier, to put them in a much stronger negotiating position when it comes to discussing marketing agreements, for example.
A lot of people will say it's relevant to the business and the corporate travel agent. Is it relevant to retail as well?
It's relevant to everybody. It's data. At the end of the day, it's a matter of making it intelligent and using it as they see fit. So every agency will use it in a different format, in a different way. It's a matter of taking it and breaking it down to their own piecemeal portions and making it relevant to their own business.
How do the levels work? How expensive are they?
Well, what we tend to do is we work it on a subscription basis, and that subscription basis is based on the size of the travel agency. So we're not discriminating agencies that maybe have a much smaller size and creating a one-size-fits-all price range. And as I say, the flexibility is we're not forcing any agency to buy all three modules. You can only buy the modules that are relevant to your business.
You've business analytics, consumer analytics. What is the difference?
Business analytics really is all around the agency themselves, their efficiency, their tools, how efficient are their staff. For instance, in business intelligence, you can see if you have travel consultants, you can see how long it's taking them to perform a booking, and that might allow you to swap people around on a team. Competitive intelligence looks at the market, how they're booking in relation to the market for particular airlines, for particular destinations. So that's, if you like, a comparison against the market tool.
And nothing is standing still out there. All the products you have out there, they're evolving. What's been happening with merchandising platform, and what's been happening in the number of airlines that you've signed up?
Well, we're delighted to say that we've grown the number of airlines signed up to our merchandising platform to over 220 now. That's about 4 times more than our nearest competitor. And those airlines are putting what we call rich content and branding, pictures and images of their content, into our platform. So our agency customers are able to sell and represent that content with exact parity as they would have with the airline's website.
GDSs have traditionally performed very well with hotel chains. What's been happening with the independent hotel sector?
Well, the independent hotel sector, let's remember, in Europe, it's about 75% of the market. And of course, with the likes of Airbnb coming along, you're suddenly getting micro B&Bs, different types of accommodation. So we've provided a way of bringing that content into our platform through Travelport Rooms and More. We also have a product called Travelport Hotels On, which allows, for example, corporates who might have business travellers staying in small micro accommodation in strange parts of the world to bring that content into our platform alongside that of the chain hotels.
And car hire and transfers, other areas which you've not been neglecting?
They haven't indeed, yes. So we are doing a lot of work. We've just launched something called Travelport Drive Me, which allows us to bring chauffeured limousine-driven cars into our platform. We've also just expanded the amount of car hire that we have, and we've also actually just announced a couple of days ago a deal with an Irish aggregator of car hire, which brings in smaller car hire companies into our platform.
And will Airbnb be on the GDS anytime soon?
Well, we're talking to them, of course, but we don't have anything to announce at the moment. No one can afford to ignore them, but nothing to announce at the moment.
Thank you very much, Simon Ferguson.